Information and Technology and Society. Then we have lecture content which contains understand current legal, ethical and regulatory issues in IT, assess the importance of ethical guidelines in IT. Then we have code of ethics, IT professional culture, evaluate the impact of a current legal, ethical or regulatory issue in IT or a chosen organization. So as you can see and understand that we have where there is opportunity, there are also threats, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever done your SWOT analysis? Your self-SWOT analysis? Do you know about the word SWOT? No?
Yes.
In you can say business or when we came to a point where we have to analyze ourselves that whether we are at what position we can do this to ourselves as well in daily life. So we do SWOT analysis. First of all, we go for strengths, then we go for our weaknesses, then we go for opportunities, and we go for threats. Okay, so what is strengths? Strengths are the characteristics of a business which give it advantages over the competitors. Strengths are basically the advantages you have. It doesn't matter that we are doing sort of a product or of a business or ourselves as well, right? It doesn't matter. So SWOT is you can say abbreviative form of strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So
Miss?
when we talk about strengths, we can say that strengths you can say exist along with weaknesses. And when we talk about opportunities, so we will say that whenever we have opportunities, we have also threats. I was saying that when we are saying about the I was saying that whenever we say that information technology brings some opportunities to us, so with those opportunities, what you can say elongate along, or you can say comes along threats, right? So what are the opportunities and threats, right? These are the legal issues which comes as a threat in when we use IT, right? So they have in this slide is explained that questions of ethics and legality are essential in many industries. Doctors, teachers, government officials, and business people all have legal and ethical oversight to control how their profession functions. Here are five most, you can say, pressing ethical and legal issues confronting the industry today. Number one is you can say privacy. Number two is digital ownership. Then we have data gathering. We have security liability, and we have access cost. Okay, so is piracy. Oh, sorry, privacy. It's not piracy. What is privacy?
Security of data?
You, what is privacy, right? Do we use this word in our daily life?
Yes, especially when you're
Yes,
using social
miss.
media.
Okay, but is privacy? Privacy is something which I personalize, right? Which I don't want that anyone should know. Okay, there are some you can say fears. There are some good things that we don't want that other people know about us, right? And we keep them in our privacy, right? We keep them in a box, or we can say that we keep them in a hidden place where we do not give access to any other people. Okay, so that is our privacy. So what they say in this slide, they say that most people have their personal data spread throughout the digital world. Even things, though thought to be secure, such as email or private accounts, can be accessed by unintended sources. What happens that when we have, we have most of the personal data on our sites, or you can say on internet, and if they are in internet by the you can say by the accurate IP addresses, or by the accurate you can say malware, we can access to those codes, we can access to that personalized data. Anyone can access to that, right? But as far as they have interest in ourselves, right? If someone don't have interest in yourself, what are you? You are safe from their you can say evilness, right? So what happened that, for example, when I was talking about this, there are so many issues. If you are listening to news that some of the U.S. Legal authorities or U.S. government You can say governmental individuals, or for authorized persons. They got their emails hacked, and when they got their emails, personal emails hacked, what happened that those emails were sent to other people by their name, and some kind of things that those people that just get some were orders, or some were some other kinds of emails, you can say emails which can categorize someone's character, right? So what happens that one our personal data we have, our personal data all over on internet. We try to make that data private first of all. And what happened that we are so keen that others should make, or others should take our privacy, you can say clear seriously, right? Most employers actively check their employees' computer habits. Privacy has evolving illegal implication, but there are also ethical considerations. That privacy, you can say that keeping, or you can say respecting someone's privacy is a good thing. But what happen? But that would not be a good circumstance if you are respecting someone else's privacy, and what the other is doing, either is conducting something illegal on you, right? So that's not a good thing. Though, or both of the things should, you can say, exist together. Then they had, do people know how their accounts are monitored? To what extent is such monitoring occur? Okay, here they change the topic from privacy to, you can say, monitoring. Okay, you have to respect others' privacy when you are on, you can say, when you are online, and when you are sending emails, or when you are using your electronic gadget. But you have to see, you have to respect others' privacy, right? And also make that sure that no one else is, you can say, conquering, or you can say entering in your privacy as well, right? Your privacy is also important. Don't be such selfless that you don't care about your privacy and only care about others privacy, right?
Yes, yes.
And try to share less information on, you can say, social media accounts. Make it that's a, you can say, humble opinion to all of you, that whenever you are using electronic sites, or you can say social media sites, please give your less information to those sites, because those sites are also the, if they promise to keep your data private, or if they promise that they care about your privacy, that doesn't happen, right? You can say that WhatsApp have said that the chat between two people is end-to-end encrypted, but what happened? They are not encrypted like that, right? For example, me and my friend were talking about some box fields on WhatsApp, and what happened that all over my phone I got suggestion about the box fields on Instagram, on Facebook. And when we see that WhatsApp owner, for Instagram owner, and Facebook owner is the same Mark Zuckerberg, so that happens that whenever we are having something like that, what happens, and when we talk about the same product, that product is then shown to many other places. Why this happens? Because whatever the WhatsApp says that your chat is end to end encrypted, that is not that encrypted, right? Obviously, those are the owners. They have made the encrypted code, so they also can create the decrypted code too. Any questions so far? If you are concerned about the question asking about privacy, you can ask.
No, ma'am.
Okay, next.
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay, what is digital ownership? Digital ownership is that digital medium have allowed information to flow freely than before. The exchange of ideas comes with a legal, you can say, and ethical backlash. Okay, what is digital ownership? In real world, digital ownership is that how much data you owned on, you can say, on any of the digital sites, right? First of all, this, and second is this, that how much data you can amend on those sites as well, right? For example, if I have a blog, and I, for example, I have a journalism blog, or you can say journalism blog would be a tough one. You can say I have a health blog, right? And I share information on that blog. And suddenly coronavirus is broke off in all over the world and there is a great pandemic in world. What will I do? I will share all the information that I have on coronavirus, right? All the good information, not all the bad information, or all the, you can say, irrelevant information on coronavirus, right? Like, for example, Donald Trump said that if someone gargle with Dettol, they could be, you can say, Dettol or the solution that we use to mop floors. If someone gargles with that solution, they can get rid of coronavirus, right? Or if they just take that liquid or solution as a syrup, what will happen? Their coronavirus will die. Okay, and when someone just listen this thing of Donald Trump in Africa, what they have done, they followed him. They just drank Dettol and they died because of that. 50 people in Africa died because of that. So then Donald Trump have to, you can say, apologize for his facts and figures that he has said earlier. So what happens that when we own a platform or when we are influential figure, what we have to do, we have to, if we are going to talk about something, we should be careful about that, right? We should not say that, oh my God, I know this, oh my God, you have to do this, that, right? When you are saying something irrelevant, you then have to pay for your, you can say, the information you have provided. If that information is really bad, or if that information is irrelevant, that will backlash on you, right? Now we have digital gatherings. Okay, we have digital gatherings, all of us here. What are we doing now? That is also a digital gathering, right? And what happens when we gather that data from those gatherings, right? Okay, data gathering, you can say, is an art as well as science, right? How? For example, I have to gather a data on World War, right? Do you know about First World War?
Yes, ma'am, a bit.
Okay. Okay. No, just don't talk about First World War. We talk about, let's say we talk about Second World War, right? Second World War had, you can say, bigger consequences than First World War, right? The rate of death was greater in Second World War. Okay. So what happens when we gather data on some level, right? Or you can say when we gather data on something, we should, you can say, make sure that if we are gathering data, we should gather unbiased data, right? What is unbiased data? For example, if I am searching about the Second World War, if I am taking an article of a, you can say, author which is in favor of Nazis, what will happen that she will make up to the point that Nazis were right at that time, right? If I am going to read a Turkish writer, they will say that the Ottoman Empire was right at that time. If I will read a, you can say, British, if a writer is in favor of Britishers, right? What will happen then? That writer will elaborate that, you can say, Britishers were good, or they will say that the people who were not in favor of this World War, they were good. And who, maybe if I took an opinion of Japanese, you can say that I am taking the opinion of Japanese writer, or if someone is favor of Japan's statement, they will say that there was mass, you can say, massacre over the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But when I will take an example of or if I will read an article which will in favor of the writer is in favor of America, what the writer will say? The writer will say that America have done a great job by attacking Japan and all that. So what happens when we gather data on over the internet? We are responsible that we what the information we are gathering or whatever the things we are taking. whatever the thing we are taking inside us, those things should be like unbiased, or those things, the data should be accurate. And we also check that whatever the data we are taking, that's not disturbing others' privacy, right? Is security liability. Okay, for example, they are saying that in the past, security issues were resolved by locking a door. What happens in, you can say, past days, whenever we lock a door, we made sure that now the place is secured, right? But what happened then, when all over the things went digital, then we also don't have, you can say, any physical lock or any physical key will not be applicable on the digital security. So, well, when we are going to secure, you can say, create a digital mass data, we also wanted to secure that data. What will we do? We will, you can say, make some of the digital securing cells, right? Okay, so what happens when we go to the security system for digital networks and when we computerize them in order to protect the vital information that is like important asset for us? What we do, we prepare some programs for it, right? We prepare some security, develop a security program to make our data safe, right? Okay, and what will we do that more the information or data is important, more we will increase the surveillance, right? And all the security system that are having risk or which they can fall out due to risk, what will we do? We will fortify them, right? And what happens if our security is causing liability to us? We will go and check our program, that where our program is being weak and why is all this happening, right? And after that, what will we do? We will make that program fortified, and any loose, or you can say loose, or any loose ends, we will make those ends more, you can say, fortified. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any question you have so far, you can ask me.
Miss, I'm still trying.
Okay, what about excess cost? They say that net neutrality has been a trendy issue. Thanks to legislative efforts in last few days, the issue of net neutrality is essentially a question for access. Okay, then they are saying proponent want the internet to remain open to everyone, while some businesses want to create tiered access for those who are willing to pay. Okay, the thing is that, for example, let me take an example of the Zoom app, right? The app on which we are studying now. Okay, you know that after 40 minutes I have to switch to a new meeting. Why is that? That is because I am not paying the excess cost to them, right? They are, for example, every application have a type that in which they say that this type is free to you, and if you want a pro, or if you want an upgrade, so they will say that you have to pay this, right? Or for example, in some application, what happens, that those application contains ads, right? And they say that if you want to remove ads, you have to pay this, right? And what those applications are doing, they are, you can say, they are creating a win-win situation for themselves, right? They are taking money from the of businesses whose advertisement they are playing, and they are also taking money from you, that if you want to remove ads, you have to give us money too. So what is happening, that these are the excess costs, right? If you want to, some things are, or some, you can say, legislative efforts are free for us, right? They don't have cost for that. But in sometimes what happens, that there are costs for if you want to go ahead, or you can say if you want to access something more, right? So, for example, you have internet issues, you have internet connections with you, and what happens, that you have to pay amount and they will give you internet on some speed, right? And if you want to increase that speed, you have to increase that amount. So these are the costs that we pay to access something. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, miss.
Now we have understand the current ethical issues in IT. Okay, personal privacy, access right, harmful action, patents, copyrights, trade secrets, liability, prior and piracy. This is personal privacy. We have always some personal data, right, that we don't want to be violated. Is that true or not?
Yes, ma'am. True. Yes, miss.
Example, I am an influencer on Facebook, right? So I would have some personal data over there, right? I would have some videos, or you can say I will have some photos, and I will have some posts.
Yes, miss.
Instagram, we can only post pictures and videos, but on Facebook, we can also create events. We can also tell that what we like about. We also give our about info. We also give over about that what we are, what our likes are, and what our dislikes are, right? What happen if the personal data that I am giving you, that means that I am you can say compromising my privacy, and I am giving access to you, right? But if some data is hidden, or some post is like only for me, I'm not sharing that, and someone just hack into my account and they just look upon that, you can say private or personal data. What are they doing? They are compromising my personal privacy, right? So what happens that some of people, like for example, if you are related to some social media, or you can say digital marketing platform, what will happen then? So we were talking about that what is our personal privacy. Our personal privacy is the thing that we own, that we, if we don't want to share any personal data, the personal privacy is the thing that make our personal data secure. Okay. Next we have access right. For example, tell me that do you buy have you ever buy your product, any product online?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so what was the mode of payment there?
It was either cash on delivery or through bank through
Card,
PayPal.
card payments, or
Okay.
either through card payments.
Yes, yes. Card
Okay.
payments.
So, what happens that if, for example, you have given your debit card information to that company, right? So, who is having that access right? You and your bank and your and that X and Y company, right? XYZ company, that company, you and your bank have the access right, right? But what happened
Yes.
if some fourth party came in the ground, and what they do, they access your personal account, or you can say your bank account, and they hack all over the money, they stole all the money over, and they just kept your money to themselves, right? So what happened that to whoever we give access, only that person should be able to to that information, right? So whoever, to whomever we grant the access right, right, only that person should access our account, or only that person should involve in accession. Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
What's the second bullet point in this one?
Okay.
Could you
Network
speak more
on
on that,
internet.
please?
Okay. Network on the internet cannot be made secure from unauthorized access. Generally, the intrusion detection system are used to determine whether the user is an intruder or or appropriate user. Okay. For example, you are working in military, right? What will happen that military or secret services have, classified accounts, and they have many information that are classified to some appropriate users, right? So what happens in those areas, or in those you can say institutions, military develop their secure networks by themselves, right? And what happens that they can you can say they create an internet that is only access to their you can say classified persons, right? And when an intruder or unauthorized access try to broke that security network, what happens that you can say in seconds, or you can say in minutes, the deduction of that intrusion is just done in, you can say, in any minutes, because their network is so secure, right? And those is you can say those firewalls protect those networks. And what happens in the end, that they search for the intruder. If something like that happened, first of all they try that nothing such happens, like hacking, or you can say hanging of the system, right? There are some systems though which give access right to only classified person, or the person who have you can say specified identities.
Okay, miss. So the intrusion detection systems are used by these networks.
Hmm. Yes, these networks are designed basically to secure the information, right? And they give access right to only the authorized, you can say, personas.
Okay, miss.
We have harmful actions. Okay, what? Just tell me what harmful actions can make, or you can say damage our, you can say,
Maybe the very first one is, your reputation. If any of your personal information or something that you didn't want to leak comes out, you lose your reputation in certain ways.
when our personal privacy is disturbed, or you can say privacy is compromised, or something like hacking happened, so what happens that our reputation is you can say shaked, or you can say is also compromised, right? What harmful action some other can cause on us? For example, if a hacker is taking revenge on us, right? Like, right, some if you having a good reputation and someone is so much, you can say, jealous from your good reputation, what will they do? They will harm your reputations, right? So to avoid those harmful actions, what we do, we try to make our privacy setting more hard, and we try to first of all, you have to avoid those harmful actions, right? When you are avoiding those harmful actions, so also if you are not getting involved in some, you can say, unethical practice on internet, what will happen that you also be safe from those practices, right? Because nowadays cyber crimes units are so efficient, and they also have means to you can say deduct you wherever you are doing some unethical you can say thing. And nowadays you can say internet is making such you can say huge amount of evidences, right? Only to it takes only 5-second video to destroy you, or you can say it only take 30 seconds video to destroy your reputation, or your, you can say, self image, or only 30 seconds video can be used as evidence against you. So what you have to do, you have to try that if you are using some digital networks, first of all, you are not involved in something that is unethical, right? And second of all, if you are you can say, if you face anything like unethical anything that is unethical, you have to go to the cyber. What you will do that you will try to you can say you have to contact to the cyber crime units or cyber police. They will get your account on the, you can say, they will go and check the hacker, and they will find you the hacker, and they will set your reputation back, right? And for example, if cyber police is not able to do this, right, you know that, for example, if a hacker hacks your accounts, who else could be able to, you can say, he can harm who else? You also can you can say alarm them, or you can say them to beware, right? You can warn them too. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
ma'am.
So do you have any point that is unclear up till now? You can ask. I was saying that if you want to add something up that now whatever I have explained you, if you have got any example, or you can say if you got anything to share, you can share.
You were discussing about the harmful actions, right? Similar to hacking, but there are also times when we put our personal information, like we are going to a certain place, we're moving out of the city, or maybe we're just traveling somewhere, and even these kind of informations can be used against us, like in case of robbery or in case of any sort of, like, someone breaking into our house. So anything that we put out there on the social media have to be very careful, because any of our information could be used in any way.
Okay. So, do you know about Barack Hussein Obama?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Who was he?
Yes.
Former
President,
president,
Of
former president,
where?
yes,
Of Banana Republic?
America.
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 Okay, so Obama was married to Michelle Obama, and they both are Michelle and Obama. They both are, so you can say, so good parents, right? They were happily married and having two girls, two daughters, right? So Obama's policy about parenting was that when he was a president, right? Her daughter wants, you can say, Facebook account, right? Obama said to her daughter that I also don't own a Facebook account, right? So she said that I want a Facebook account. So Obama said that if you want a Facebook account, I will also make a Facebook account, and whatever you do on that account, I will do on that account too, right? And I will make that account public, and anyone can access that as that information, right? So her daughter said that if I'm doing, there are many stupid challenges you can say, on in the world of Facebook, right? If if we are posting those, if Obama is posting those things over, you can say, Facebook, like for example, ice bucket challenge, her daughter is doing and he also doing. So her daughter just thought that that would be so embarrassing that the president of America is also doing that thing. So she said, okay, fine, I will not own a Facebook account, right? Because first of all, they were teenagers, so that's why Obama also just tried to tackle their daughter for that thing, right? So what I was saying about this, that for example, some people share everything on Facebook, right? That even if they are checking in some hotel, they also mention that I checked in that hotel with someone, this, right? Who the hell are you telling, right? People just share the information that in what hotel they are checking in. Okay, what if you have a life threat on you, right? And if someone is jealous and they want to kill you, what will happen? Or for example, people have romantic relationship. What happens if someone's ex wants to kill you? You are just saying that I am checking in Taj hotel with for some XYZ. What will happen, so what happens that harmful actions usually cause when we just, you can say, overshare some information, right? You have to share just that information that is authentic and that is valuable for anyone else. More information can also cause harm to you. Okay, what is next are patents. What are patents? Do you know?
Yes, ma'am. You explained us when a company has some, documents or confidential documents that those are known as patents. Like they own those things. Nobody else can, do a copyright thing, something like this.
Okay, let me explain you one thing, that whenever you discover or invent something, right, you have to register those patents. What are the patents? Patents are the rights that are guaranteed to an inventor, right, by the federal government. Why? Because that federal government is permitting that inventor, right, to exclude other from making. For example, you own a laundry app, right? You own a laundry app that is one of its kind. What will you do? You will go to the Security Exchange Commission of your country, and you will register your app, okay? And you will say that all patent rights reserved to me, or if you have some partner with your in your business, so you will say that all the patents reserved to me and my partner, right? And what will happen that if someone open that exact the same business, right? He also have to pay for those patents, right? If he will pay you the patents, right? If someone want to open a franchise or a business like you, because you have invented that first, you will get the advantages of first move, or you will get an advantage of being first mover. And because of this, what will happen, you will got the patent rights and someone else have to pay you for that if they are sharing that idea, right? So patents are the rights that a creator, or you can say inventor or discoverer, have by when he discover, invents or creates something that is one of its kind. Okay, and that usually happens in technology. For example, who got the patent rights of iPhone?
The iPhone company.
The Apple company, right? Who
Yes.
got the patents of iPad, who got the patents of iPod, who got the patents of iPhone mini tabs, or you can say iPhone mini phones. They are all, you can say, patent, all the patent rights are reserved to,
Apple.
you can say, that specific company, right? That is where what patents have. Patents shows that we are owner of some intellectual property, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss, I have a question.
Yes.
Miss, what is the difference between a patent and a copyright?
Copyright is any right that is reserved on the editorial, you can say, on editorial property, right? If you write a book, if you write a bibliography, if you write some autobiography, you write some, you can say, article, that article belongs to you through that copyright, right? Patent is applicable on technology, copyright is applicable
Okay.
on literature.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, do you have any query?
Miss,
No
why does it
queries, ma'am.
say that obtaining a patent is difficult compared to obtaining a copyright? What does that mean?
Because if you are having a technology, right? You are registering that technology. Maybe in world someone else also have created that technology, right?
Yes.
And secondly, technology is, you can say, way, you can say, harmful if it gets into some bad hands. So when you are going to register patents, you have to pay, you can say, heavy pieces, and you also have to get, you can say, permission of more authorities than when you are registering a copyright.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, can I move forward?
Also, ma'am, could it be that because sometimes when obviously in the world of technology, when people are producing different products, there can be an overlap of two companies producing the similar same products. Is this why obtaining a patent is difficult as compared to copyright?
Yes, and secondly, the authorities that permit copyright, these are way more less than the companies that acquire, that help you to acquire patents, right?
Yes, Miss. That explains.
And the second thing is that whenever, for example, if I give you an assignment and I say you that you have to take care that you are not copy pasting that assignment from anywhere else, right? And what will happen, that if you are going to copy pasting a assignment, what will I do? I will just, you can say, check the plagiarism on that assignment, right? Where maybe that copyright is, you can say, reserved by you. So I will check the plagiarism. You know that checking the copyright of someone is more easy than checking the patent, right? For example, I don't know, somewhere in Uganda, somewhere someone is also having a, you can say, online laundry app, which I am discovering now. What will happen, that I will search for some of the authorities have that access, that yeah, they also, they have checked that whether the patents or the discovery of the product, or the or the product that is invented by myself is one of that kind or not, right? So, discovering, or you can say, assuring the patent is more difficult than assuring a copyright. That is also one of the reasons. Just read this slide by yourself and tell me if anything is there which you don't understand. Okay, have you read it?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Anything
ma'am.
or that you want to ask?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me move forward. That is trade secrets. Just tell me one thing. That have you ever drank a Coke?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me sharing you the. I think I just check this out. Can you see this R over here?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Okay. What that R shows? Just tell me.
Exclusive, right?
Nobody could use this logo.
Yes. Anything else?
It's a trademark.
Any more guesses? Okay, this R means that this trademark is reserved, right, for the for this company. Okay. If Coca-Cola, if someone else is using this logo, they have to explain Coca-Cola that why they are using this logo, right? Or Coca-Cola can sue them that why are they using the same logo that the Coca-Cola company have. Okay, so these are the secrets that companies usually don't share, right? Some of the things that they say that are classified to themselves, or they say that they are confidential, right? They don't share those things, right? Or by law they have rights that they can protect those secrets. If someone just throw them out, what happens that Coca-Cola company can sue them in court of law. So let me tell you one thing, right? Some of the secrets, some of the dark secrets that companies have never shared with, you can say with the world. And what happens that after that the world, when they have seen, they just said that no, we were not using that. For example, if someone is drinking Coca-Cola, they will, or someone is addicted to Coca-Cola, they will never switch to any other drink. Why is this, right? Do you have any idea?
Just because the taste or the formula isn't the same as the others. Could be.
Okay,
Maybe there's caffeine, that's why there's addictive to them.
there was an article of
Maybe there's a specific amount of sugar.
there was an article of you can say a journalist. I'm not disclosing the name of the journalist. That journalist, you can say, said that Coca-Cola is using opium in their drinks, right? In your drink, in the, you can say, in the syrup, right? And what happened that due to that opium, what happens that oh, do you know what is opium?
Drug?
Yes, that's a drug, and that's a drug that mostly is used in syrups, right? To make people addict of that syrups, right? And no one can deduct that in that syrup because that drug don't have any alcoholic, you can say, effects, right? But that drug make people addictive of something. Okay, so that Coca-Cola company, just you can say, sued that reporter, and because of lack of evidence, that reporter was not able to share more information on that. And what happens that due to that trade secret that was opened up, Coca-Cola then shared their, you can say, their secret formula, which would they were not sharing with the world. Okay, Coca-Cola used to say that, you can say, in early 90s, that we have our unique formula that is being told to on that is being known to only 2% in this world, right? And who were they? They were the owner of Coca-Cola company and his son, right? And what happened that they are though those secrets were only known to these two people, and they say that we never ever book a same flight to both of those people, right? Why? Because if the plane crash, what will happen that if the both of them are going in same flight, that if the plane crash, what will happen, that formula will be lost, right? So they were so secretive. After the report that that journalist gave, what happens that the Coca-Cola were bound to share their trade secret, right? So what happens that companies do this for sometimes for marketing. Companies do this sometime to make people addict of their product. For example, if a person was eating, you can say, dairy milk, and he discovered that the taste of dairy milk is being changed, right? So he get to a laboratory and check that dairy milk, and they find the DNA of pork in that, you can say, chocolate bar, right? And what happened that when he just collected a chocolate bar of the same batch, they discovered that dairy milk company have, you can say, polluted the chocolate bars with pig DNA, or you can say with pig oil, or you can say with pig fat, right? Pork fat. And because of that, what happened, that its taste changed. Okay, so tell me, what if that bar is eaten by a Muslim person, right? We think that chocolate is a halal thing, right? But what happened if a Muslim person have eaten that chocolate bar, right? So what happens that come nowadays, because of some frauds that are being beyond, you can say, human thinking. So what happens that nowadays companies have to share their trade secrets, right? But for example, if some baking company is making a cupcake or making a muffin of unique shape, right? Or you can say they are making you can say, or tripping or fill, you can say, some you can say icing or frosting over there, which is of unique kind. So what will happen that they will not share that secret, they will make it private, so that no one else or no of their competitor can share can take it over, and they will get the competitive advantage.
It's just like, could we also include the example of KFC, like how they say they have 11 spices and their specific taste is different from all other, um,
Yes.
yeah, food, fast food branches.
Okay, yes, you can share that.
Okay.
You can give that as an example. Okay, tell me one thing. How much of you have seen Kung Fu Panda?
I have seen.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
in that movie, what happens that the panda was told by his dad that we use a secret ingredient in our secret ingredient soup, right? And that secret ingredient was so secret that father even have told to his son, right? So these are the trade secrets that we, and in the end what happens that the father told that there is no secret ingredients. For example, if you want to say something special, you have to believe that it is special, right? So what happens is sometimes companies just do this to make their product, you can say, one of its kind, right? Then we have liability. Okay, one should be aware of the liability issue in making ethical decisions. Software developer makes promises and assertion to the user about the nature and quality of the product that can be restricted as an express warranty. Programmers or retailers possess the legitimate to determine the express warranties. Thus, they have to be practical when they define any claims and predictions about the capacities, qualities, and nature of their software or hardware. Every word they say about their product may be as legal valid as stated in the written. All agreements should be in writing to protect against liability. A disclaimer of express warranties can free a supplier from being held responsible of informal speculative statements or forecasting made during the agreement stages. Okay, that was about you can say programs, or you can say the you can say products. Let me give you an example which will make this more you can say interesting. Tell me, have you ever seen a movie in which they give you disclaimers?
Yes, ma'am.
What in the
Yes.
disclaimer they say that any resemblance to living or dead is, you can say, coincidental, right? Why? Because they just make their self free from the liability. That, for example, if someone is making a movie on Salahuddin Ayyubi, right? So we know that Salahuddin Ayyubi was a person after Hazrat Umar Farooq Razila Ta'ala Anha, who was able to free Jerusalem from the you can say rule of Jews, right? And if someone is making that movie and he is not elaborating that fact, right? what will happen? Should we say that that movie is related to the fact that Salahuddin Ayyubi was, you can say, the conqueror of Jerusalem? No, we will say, we will say that they amend those facts, right? And that person will be liable for the amendments they have made. Or for example, all over the world, when they make the Hollywood logic, that whenever they make a story on, you can say, Muslim, they make them barbaric, right? Which is not the fact, right? So what should happen? We Muslims should stand and say that, where do we seems to be barbaric to you, right? So what is happening, that the person is, you can say, amending the facts and figures, right? So when the facts and figures are being amended, what will happen? The person who is amending those facts and figures, it will stand liable for those amendments that he is making, right? For example, if a software is, for example, if a programmer is making a software, and a software that is related to security of Android mobiles, right? There is so difficult to hack Apple phone, right? But it is easy to hack an Android phone, right? But a developer says that, no, I have developed an app which will, you can say, make or protect your phone from the attack of a hacker, right? But what happen if someone is having that application, and that application is working on his or her phone, and suddenly a hacker hacks that phone? So where will you go? You will go to that developer and you will say that, excuse me, give me my money back, you are liable for my loss, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, miss.
So did you understood what I am trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any queries about the liability you can ask?
No queries.
So short?
No.
Sure, everyone? What is piracy? Tell me, please.
It's related to copyright when you are copying others' data without their permission. Like for the CDs, we can say DVDs.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. That piracy is an activity which is, you can say, belonging to or related to the creation of illegal copy of a software, or you can say a illegal copy of a business, or you can say illegal copy of, you can say, a video, a movie, or whatever, right? To which someone have secured some copyrights or patent rights, right? For example, if there is a video nova, if there is a video which contains, right, a message about preserving water, right? And someone have told you that, please use water, please use less water and save more water, not for you, for your generations, right? So what happens, that that video got viral and you share to each and every person in your mobile list, right? If someone haven't you can say, claimed that copyright of that video, you can share that to everyone, right? But if someone have claimed that this video belongs to me, so what will you do? You are not, you can say, able, or you are not, you can say, liable to share that video to someone else, right? Piracy is basically the creation of illegal copy of, maybe it's be a software, or it can be a movie or film, or you can say of a business, or you can say an idea, right? When you stole someone's idea, someone's software, somewhere, something that belongs to someone else, that is known as piracy, right? And usually the pirates, or the person who have done piracy, you can say, they, because they are selling that product illegally, and you can say in, you can say, lesser cost, so that's why they are getting more benefit from that specific product, in spite of those people who are the real creator of that, you can say, program, right? Understood?
Ma'am.
Let's
Yes.
sometimes when we have high-end products, I'll give an example of high-end makeup brands. Sometimes there are some companies who copy the exact same name and they sell them for lower, cheaper prices in the local areas. Is this piracy?
Yes, exactly. For example,
Okay.
you have seen a Gucci bag on Gucci website, right? And then you
Yes.
go to a market which sells, you can say all the copies of those products. What will happen that what will they do? For example, Gucci spelling is Gucci, right? They will do a Guci or Guce, right? Or
Yes.
Gucce, and they will just make a little amendments, and they will write in same font the name of the company in same font that people, for example, if you are shopping in a real hurry, you will never notice that thing, right? You will just ignore
Yes.
the part of noticing it, and what will you do? You will just you can say buy that product. And what will happen that the original product that Gucci is offering, that product for example is of let me say that $500, right? But you are getting its copy in $20. So what will you do? You will say you will prefer that pirated thing, right? And the Gucci, for example, Gucci are not selling one piece of that product. Are they are not able to sell one piece of that product, but that person who is selling that, you can say pirated you can say copy, he is getting more money. So tell me, who is in loss? The owner of that business is in loss, and someone else
Yes.
from somewhere else is just making more money than the owner. So what is that? That is, you can say, an unethical practice. To stop
Yes.
this unethical practice, we give owners the right of patents, we give the owners right of copyright, right? There's also some trademarks for companies that is reserved, right? For example, I had this you can say experience that have you ever heard of Starbucks?
Yes, miss.
Okay, Starbucks is you can say a coffee shop in
Yes, ma'am.
America, right? And they you can say make different types of coffees, different flavors of coffees. And what they do, they sell them, right? So in Pakistan there is no such business as you can say Starbucks. So someone have just copied that business and opened their cafe with the name of Starbucks, right? They have just you can say amended a little that thing, and they are having same logo, same lady over there. Lady no, they don't have lady in their mono. They have a man in their mono, and the name of that man is Starbucks. Okay. So yes, there are some things to in order to make the right reserve to a special, you can say, owner. What we do, we offer them to their patent rights and to preserve their copyrights. With if they are having a business that is one of its kind, they can also reserve the trademark, right? If there is a if they have a thread that their logo can be stored, they also can you can say register that trademark. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay, so now we will get toward the assignment, that oral assignment that I have given to you. So what will you do? You will tell me about that, what you have searched about the impact of IT. Okay, Sarah, tell me, what was your assignment about?
Miss, it was on impacts of IT in daily life.
Okay, so tell me three impacts that IT have brought in your daily life. That you can say that because of IT, that was not possible. Okay, you can say two impacts should be positive and one impact should be negative.
Okay. Um, Miss, the first one I'd say is faster communication speed.
Okay.
This is a positive impact.
Mm-hmm.
The second one would be lower communication cost
Okay.
rather than rather than getting credit for my phone and then dialing to someone abroad from my country would cost a lot more compared to if I just use WhatsApp or maybe Zoom to have a communication with them. One negative impact would be
पीछे की लाइट Okay, okay, Sarah. Thank you so much. Okay, what about the negative impact?
I would say the negative impact would be it can harm the users uh, by damaging their eyesight, or when it comes, we can even take in consideration of children. Children can be affected negatively by not having some parental supervision.
Okay, that's not a negative impact. That is in your personal life. What is your personal, you can say, experience?
Yes, I'd say that if children are not supervised and they are left with internet, and they could be watching a video on YouTube and they could just land up anywhere. And if they're not parenting, of course, if they're not in private, in private, there haven't been a supervision on them. They can land anywhere on YouTube, and YouTube isn't a very, I'd say, child-friendly website or
Oh,
an app.
thank you so much, Sarah. Okay, now I will ask Najwa. Are you there?
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. Yes, miss, I'm here.
Okay. Have you practiced your assignment?
Yes, but I've only seen the positive. I didn't get time to see the negatives because I was busy with my kids.
Okay, so can you tell me the three impacts that IT have brought in your life? You can have two positive and one negative, and if you have no negative, then it's okay. We can stay with positivism.
Yeah,
We can
miss,
stay
one of the
optimistic
most
with
important
it.
one
Okay, tell me.
is the accessing of information because like the most one that I use usually is
Okay, Najwa.
Google Maps.